All right. Good evening. So this is Larry,
This is Dara.
and today we're actually going to be coming with telling you some things that we bring with us whenever we go cruising or traveling as a family of four. Our thing is a little bit different just based on the fact that we have two kids with us. So our list may be a little different compared to something that you may bring, but you're free to add whatever you want to this list or take away.
First thing you want to make sure that you bring is your medication. So prescription medication, definitely don't want to forget that. It's very important, especially if you need to take it daily. For me, for example, I do have medication I have to take every day. And then also non-prescription medication. So that would be Tylenol, aspirin, Advil, mainly for if you get headaches, nauseated, if the kids get, not feeling well, kids prescribed medication also. Another thing you can use are these nausea bands. I know a lot of people don't like taking pills. So you have bands, and then you also have patches that you can put right behind your ear. We see a lot of folks on the cruise with those. They're very popular, so that is something that I do recommend.
All right. The second item that we recommend that you bring is a first aid kit. This kind of ties into the bringing the medication with you on the ship and pain reliever medication, over-the-counter medication. If you have to make a trip down to that med bay, you're looking at a lot of money. So first aid kit, something as simple as this. It's actually going to come with scissors, gauze, adhesive bandages, Q-tips, alcohol pads, and it was very, very, very inexpensive. Now, one thing that we do recommend as far as the first aid kits is that you get some good adhesive bandages. One thing that everybody knows, Band-Aids. And that's what people call adhesive bandages. But Band-Aid is an actual brand. The reason that we have this box is because we needed some Band-Aids, not on this cruise, but the cruise that we went on back in December when we were on the Carnival Dream. We needed Band-Aids. The Band-Aids that came with the first aid kit did not stick. So we were actually one of the ports, I think it was Key West. We decided to buy some actual Band-Aids, and we didn't have any problems. The other way around it is to get a more expensive first aid kit. I was just trying to get something quick that would fit what we needed, and I did not know about the different types of adhesive bandages. But definitely make sure you bring a first aid kit. And if you do go the least expensive route, everything else inside that first aid kit is going to be good, but you may have to purchase some better adhesive bandages, whether it be a different brand, Walmart, CVS, Jewel Osco, if they actually have them, Walgreens, things like that, or the actual Band-Aid band.
The third item that we recommend is sunscreen. So this one is a spray-on. There are also the ones that are more liquid.
The ones you rub in.
The ones you rub in on your skin. We prefer the spray-on. It's just quicker, and the kids prefer this one. The more thicker one, we do like to apply that one on the face. Also, these are called buggy beads. These are for anyone, but these are mainly for kids. What this is, it's a repellent. And so instead of spraying them with off, all over their body, these can go on their wrists or their ankles, and they last up to 300 hours. We actually used these this past cruise and didn't get any bug bites. Kids did not get a single bug bite. So these are really helpful, and so you can see that there. And I believe I purchased these at Walmart.
All right, the fourth item that we recommend that you bring, definitely a necessity as well, is a hat or some type of head covering and sunglasses. I'm bald, as you all can actually see. Well, maybe not now with my hat on, but there's been plenty of occasions with the cruises that we've been on that I forgot to bring a hat. And what wound up happening, that Caribbean sun or wherever you may be, It's beaming down on top of your head, and once our cruise is done, my head starts peeling. The skin on top of my head starts peeling because the head gets sunburned, even though, I use sunscreen or whatnot. So definitely bring a hat or bring a couple of hats, and then also sunglasses.
The fifth item we recommend are flushable wipes. Now, these can be used for many things. We make sure we bring them for our kids mainly, but they're pretty much all-purpose wipes. So you can use them to wipe down door handles, to wipe messy faces, to wipe dirty butts, to, use for sticky hands, things like that. So these are nice. I try to keep a pack in the room, and then I also keep a pack in my purse. Usually not this particular size. This size I use for the restroom, but then they also have like the travel size that you can purchase, and that's what I use in my purse. So that way, when we're out on port, if they kind of need eating something, get kind of sticky, messy, I have these wipes to wipe them versus using the Clorox wipes, which are mainly for disinfecting. But I do recommend the flushable ones because they're all purpose.
All right. The sixth item that we recommend that you bring is a digital portable luggage scale. This thing comes in handy. If you're going on a cruise, you already know you're going to more than likely buy some shirts. You're going to buy some souvenirs. Maybe you buy a boat. I buy a boat on every cruise that we go on. Or I'm sorry, a replica ship every one we go on. Shot glasses, anything you can think of. You want to have this because you want to try to avoid having to pay overage baggage charges. Now with us, we're a military family, so we're luckily we don't actually have to pay for baggage. We just have to annotate is our baggage over 50 pounds. If it's under, we're good. If it's over, we still have to annotate it. At least with United, we have to annotate it, and we're good to go. But for everyone who doesn't have that benefit, or you don't have frequent flyer miles or some type of program where that doesn't impact you, bring you one of these. This can be cost effective and time saving. My apologies. The last thing you want to do is you realize that one of your bags are over. So now you're sitting down, opening up all your bags, trying to consolidate bags so you can actually make the weight required. So digital portable luggage scale.
Right. So number 7 that we recommend are luggage tag protectors. What these are, as you can see, is a protector here. And these are your tags that you will print out prior to heading to the porter. So instead of stapling it together on your luggage and the possibility of it ripping or getting lost, you just fold them, stick them inside, just like that, seal it up, and then this part here attaches to your luggage handle, and you're on your way. We purchased these on Amazon, very inexpensive, but we do highly recommend luggage tag protectors.
I think we got a pack of 5 when we purchased them, so you get a decent amount. And if you want to color coordinate, if you realize you see that metal ring is red, so it had red, yellow, blue, purple, and you don't need to, but just something to be a little bit different. The 8th item that we recommend that you bring is it makes things a lot easier on the ship. Lanyards with the retractable thing, whatever that's called. But this is a good purchase because a lot of your ships now, all you have to do is tap and it unlocks your door. So rather than you having to continue to pull your card, for Carnival is a sell and sign card, rather than you have to keep pulling it out, pull it in the door, and then putting it back in the sleeve, all you have to do is beep, and then you're good to go. Same thing when you're getting off the ship. Instead of you actually have to pull the card out, all you got to do is hand it, they'll scan it. All right, good to go. This makes things a lot easier. And with me being tall and Dara being tall as well, we're not short people. This retractable line makes things so much easier. Look how long that is. And I'm standing up being 6'9". have a lot of length on this card.
All right, so the ninth item that we recommend is called a boogie bag. These boogie bags, they come in different shapes, sizes, and colors. What they are, and they are amazing, is they help consolidate your packing. And what I mean by that is you're more organized, and you're able to put a lot in here, believe it or not. This size here is considered a large. And like I said, they have different sizes. For example, my son is 6, and I use one bag for our cruise that we took recently. It was a 6-day cruise. So you figured I was able to pack his underclothes, socks, t-shirts, and I packed him, because we did kind of stay in Miami a couple days prior, 2 days prior, and then we also stayed 2 days after.
Yeah.
So I had to take into consideration making sure he had enough underclothes and outfits. So with that being said, it was actually a total of 10. So let's just say, but I did 11 just in case, to have an extra set of everything. So I was able to pack for him 11 outfits, his underclothes, and socks in this one bag, and was able to fit in his suitcase. When I tried to do his outfits and all his other miscellaneous things without the bag, I wasn't able to zip it up. Once I put them in this bag and was able to consolidate it down, it fit right in, was able to zip it right up. It didn't change the weight of his luggage, but it did when I tried to add shoes. So please take in consideration, once you kind of put in your clothes in your bags and get them all organized, that's why that weight scale that we did talk about earlier is very important. So that way you kind of know, because what it's going to do is you're going to assume you can throw more things in your suitcase. In most cases, you may be able to, but at the same time, I do recommend having that weight scale so that way you can weigh it and then add as you please. These were recommended by my mom, and that's all she ever talked about was these boogie bags. And when we purchased them off Amazon, it was amazing. And like I said, they came in real handy. Even when we were done, I was able to put all the kids' dirty clothes in the boogie bags, and then I just kind of separated the clothes that were still clean, and we were able to, again, not go over our weight, and it organized us, so getting back, we knew what was what.
All right, the 10th items. Well, I'm going to say items with an S, because we're actually going to combine two of them that we recommended you bring. Number one, well, not number one, but water shoes. Some of those beaches are going to be extremely rocky, and you're definitely going to want these. It's going to make a world of difference. I cannot remember the name of the beach that we went to in December, but I know there was one beach. It was rocks everywhere, and even had a rock formation that you could step on or sit down on the beach. If I was walking around in bare feet, my feet would have been cut up. So you can use these, of course, definitely good for being in the ocean. Same deal if you're in a pool. We're actually in Miami. We're actually at the pool at the hotel. I had my water shoes on. Everything was good. The next item that constitutes or also has with water is the phone case. Now, I know that a lot of phones coming out now are waterproof, or they have waterproof phone cases that you can utilize, like this one. This is one of our phones. This is a Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. It's considered old now, but if you see this case is waterproof up to a certain depth. If you don't want to trust that, you can utilize one of these. Of course, we'd have to take it out that case, put it in here, lock it, You can test it to verify that this is actually waterproof. And from there, you have a waterproof camera at that point. How awesome is that? So water shoes and, of course, the water pouch for your cell phone.
So this is the 11th and final suggestion that you bring with you. This is a battery pack. What this is good for is charging your phone for when you're on the go. So if you are that person that likes to take a bunch of selfies, take a bunch of pictures, videos, and then as you're kind of going, you realize your battery is getting low, you have your battery pack to keep you going. They come in different sizes. So it really, it's up to your preference of kind of what you feel like you want to kind of handle in that sense.
The battery packs are an absolute game changer in our opinion, just based on the fact that if you're going on a cruise or you're going on vacation, you're taking a lot of photos. Now, photos don't take up a lot of battery life, but videos do. You could be recording from the moment you on a cruise, the moment you're getting ready to get on the cruise, especially if you have to do a water taxi, then walking around whatever port that you're at, just constantly having the video going, constantly chatting with people. Eventually that battery will drain out. I mean, you only get a couple of hours at a port anyway, but you rather be safe than sorry. And this is not just for when you're going on a cruise. It's always good to have one just in case of an emergency. Like, you never know what situation may arise where you won't be without power. But at least if you have that battery pack, your cell phone, you could probably get 2 or 3 full charges from the battery pack. That's what we can get from this, believe it or not. We can get 2 to 3. Well, with our phones, we can get 2 full charges out of it. So 1 charge for her, 1 charge for me, and make sure that we maintain our battery life, especially on the go. Caribbean, it gets hot. When it gets hot, the battery drains a lot faster. So, that's it for us as far as what we recommend. These are things that we bring with us. Like I said, we're travel with 2 younger children, so our list is a little bit different of what we consider a priority. But we'll be coming back with a video later on. We're going to be talking about other things or adding to our list of things that we think that may be important to bring with you on the cruise. This is Larry.
This is Dara.
Stay cruising.